but keep going.
Well, hey, believe it or not, and you're not gonna like this. This year is the first year that the market has made money in I think 4 or 5 years. That is due to that like low claim activity, like you talked about. So the more claim activity we get, doesn't matter if it's here in Pensacola. If storm hits Miami, it's going to cause those rates to increase across the board because that carrier in the state has to make up those funds that they lost previously from those claims. So that's where that rate comes into play. So right now, since we've had a quiet hurricane season the last 2 years, we are experiencing what's called a soft market. So that means, oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask. I've seen soft and hard markets, but I don't know what that means. So walk us through that.
So since probably about 2019, 2020, right around the time Hurricane Sally hit, we've experienced what's called a hard market. That means there's no competition in the marketplace. Nobody wants to write in the state, especially for wind and hail coverage, which most people know is hurricane coverage. So that means that there's less capacity, there's no competition, there's harder underwriting guidelines, and that's when we were seeing on your properties when something would go from 5,000 premium to 15,000. There was no other options.
Right, and part of that is because, and I've heard you talk about this over the years, is when we have one or two or more large carriers pull out of the state, it still puts a lot of pressure on the existing carriers to write these policies. And while you would think they want more business, their exposure, of course, is greater, and they're trying to mitigate that exposure.
Correct. So all of these carriers, no matter who they all have what's called capacity. So they have reinsurers that are in the Bahamas and Switzerland that fund the insurance companies and insure the insurance companies. And so they're given what's called a capacity in the state of Florida. Some of them hit that by March. They can't write anything and they have to leave the state. But now that they've become profitable, we're seeing those less hurricanes. Now there's more players coming into the state.
Back into the state.
Correct. Mm-hmm. And we've got competition. We can take things, remarket it. We're seeing broader terms. So previously you might have a $9 million building, but nobody's going to write that full limit. They're going to give you $5 million worth of coverage.
Right.
Now we're seeing people get full limits with wind included, seeing a break on premium, all because of the market kind of opening back up and experience of soft conditions.